Some children interrupt not to be rude, but because their thoughts arrive faster than they can hold them. It feels urgent inside them, like something important will disappear if they don't say it now. To others, it feels like interruption, but to them, it feels like being unable to wait even a second. Waiting their turn is not simple. It feels like holding back a wave that keeps rising inside. And eventually, the pressure wins. The thought escapes before they can stop it, even when they try. When corrected, they don't just hear guidance. They often feel like they've done something deeply wrong. They don't always understand why they interrupt. They only know they couldn't stop it in time. But when someone responds with calm instead of frustration, everything inside them begins to slow down. With support, they can learn to pause, not perfectly, but enough to begin building control over time. Children who interrupt don't need silence. They need understanding, guidance, and space to learn how to be heard. Inside their mind, thoughts don't wait, they rush forward all at once, demanding to be spoken immediately. They try to hold it in, but for them, holding a thought feels like holding their breath too long. And even when they try, the thought slips out, faster than their ability to stop it. Afterward, it doesn't feel good. It feels confusing, like something inside them acted without their permission. When we respond with understanding, we change the meaning of the moment from failure into learning. When children begin to understand their feelings, the chaos inside them slowly starts to make sense. Learning to pause is not instant. It's a skill that grows slowly with patience and support. Even a small pause is a big step. It means they are beginning to feel in control. Awareness is the first step. When they notice the feeling, they gain the power to respond differently. With the right support, transitions become easier, not because they change, but because they feel less alone. Change doesn't happen all at once. It begins in small moments where they try again, even after struggling. The urge doesn't disappear. It returns again and again, asking for attention before they're ready to give it. Sometimes progress looks like holding on just a little longer than before, and that is enough. When they are given space to speak, the urgency softens. They no longer need to fight to be heard. For the first time, being heard feels calm, not rushed, not forced, but steady and safe. With practice, they begin to connect, not perfectly, but enough to feel included and understood. Growth isn't perfect. Sometimes old patterns return, even when they are trying their best. What matters most is not the mistake, but how they learn to recover from it. Confidence grows quietly, built from moments where they feel capable, not controlled by their impulses. They are not silent, but they are learning rhythm, where their voice flows with others instead of against them. When a child feels safe enough, the pause comes naturally, not forced, but supported by calm and connection. Listening becomes possible when their mind is no longer racing ahead of the moment. They begin to choose when to speak, and that choice gives them a sense of quiet control. When they are heard calmly, their voice no longer needs to rush ahead of everything else. Inside, things feel quieter now. Not silent, but steady enough to breathe and think clearly. Confidence grows when they feel connected, when their voice fits naturally into the rhythm of others. They still feel excitement deeply, but now they can hold it, instead of it taking over completely. They begin to trust themselves, and that trust becomes the foundation for everything else they learn. Connection remains the anchor, because feeling understood is what made all of this possible in the first place. Mornings feel different now, not because everything changed, but because they no longer face it alone. They move forward with more confidence, step by step, learning how to navigate the world in their way. They are no longer on the outside. They belong, not because they changed, but because they were understood. Their voice still shines, but now it flows with balance, not urgency or overwhelm. Sometimes the greatest progress is quiet, the kind you feel more than you can see. They were never rude, just overwhelmed. And with understanding, they became calm, confident, and beautifully heard.